We have a slightly different setup today because of the dark table. If I zoom it in too much, it is way too fuzzy and strange, and I didn't want that to take up the whole screen. You may also notice my makeshift microphone stand for... I do not have my usual mic stand. That is my arm. I usually have a mic arm at my house, but I don't have one today, and I won't have one for the next 7 or so weekly streams, and perhaps, or very much so, including all other extra streams I do other than the weekly Thursday ones. So yes, but it's okay. I took the decks out of the box already, so I won't need to dismantle my stand in the meantime. Might have to stack another one to make it a bit better for my neck. My dice box. There we go. That is at a more suitable height to not strain my neck. But yeah. This will be the setup while I am house sitting, not at home. So I won't have a unless I figure out how to put my my mic arm somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, no name. Yeah, before I got the mic stand for Christmas last year. And so before that, I still played games with people where I used this microphone. And so I would stack up novels instead. And that was my solution for a while until I got that stand. But now we're back here. Also, the queue... Sorry, it's mirrored. The queue is open. You can do the join command to join the queue for a reading. If I accidentally gesture the wrong way, it's because I've flipped it this way so then you can read... this is the card that came up. It's so you can read the cards the correct direction. So if I accidentally do this, this when trying to gesture to the join, then that's why. I did set up the these things. I'm gonna slightly move this heart. Oh. You're right, I did have it open because I was copying the link. I should change it to the Twitch stream manager. Thank you for letting me know. I have my own sound quiet, so I didn't realize that it was on, but I've now switched that. I'm going to open my stream manager instead. Cool. Okay, yes. So I've set up the things up here. So it has my latest follower, who is No Name from about 10 days ago, and my latest sub, which is God Eonsa or Sizer, who's my friend. I'm not sure if I can set it so because I don't think it'll cover both gifted subs and normal subs, so I think it'll show the latest normal subscriber. But the latest gifter was L2 Lay, so thank you so much for doing that. And we did hit our sub goal of 10 indeed. Yes. I also don't know where I put my bottle. I did bring my bottle, my usual red one, but I have a cup of water, so if I ever need to fill it up, I'll have to do and fill it up after all the hydrates get claimed. But I have adjusted our rewards. So we have adjusted the price of the hydrates. I've also added a couple things to the rewards as well. I don't remember all of them, but they're there. Also, thank you, No Name. I appreciate that you think it is pretty. Oh yes, I added the Ask Me Anything. These already were here, but there's some priority oracle pulls from different decks, which means after the current reading you get a one card pull from that deck. You can also claim a fun fact, in which I will try to think of a fun fact. You can also jump the queue with 2,000 channel points, though I feel like folks here would like to be fun and nice and not jump the queue. And then Haniel Moment was suggested by Nappy to bring up a picture of Haniel onto the setup until the end of the stream. Alright, Daphne claimed a fun fact. Do you have a requested topic for this fun fact? Hi Nappy! We have a slightly different setup today, and this is my mic stand, but it's chill. Also, join the queue if you would like for a reading. Don't be afraid to be first. Alright, let me think of a fun fact. You can't say go wild because now I have no direction for a fun fact. Oh, and your moment as well. Angels. Oh, that was my camera. Don't swift that one. Alright, angel fun facts. Some angels have names mixed up with the names of demons, actually. And so, for example, Archangel Haniel is also known as Archangel Anael, which is spelled differently. And there is also a demon that is known by Anael. And so sometimes it can be tricky to look up or research about archangels because they may share a name with a demon from the Asketia. So the demon version of the Aspolina, which is the angel version. But yeah, that's your fun facts. Some archangels share a name with demons. Is there a reason for that? I don't actually know. I haven't looked into it that much. I just know that it is a thing. And I noticed it when it came to my sun angel, Haniel. Especially when trying to look for their sigils. Demons and angels have sigils in the Lesser Key of Solomon and other grimoires, so you kind of have to be discerning to make sure you have the right sigil that you want to use. But yeah, I'm not sure about the reason. How come the auto mod caught you there, L? Did it say something in particular? Like, or is there something I can do to fix, to make sure that doesn't happen? Okay, so queue time. Let's see. Daphne's first. What would you like to have a reading on? It's a post-stream thing. Ah, okay. Why would the auto mod like flag you for trying to do that command? Is it because everyone was sending at the same time and they were like, oh, that's spam? Oh, message failed to send. That's weird. If you didn't notice, there's our little Haniel in the corner. Hey, Vanjie. Yeah, you can try join the... You can try again, maybe. Ah, cool. Okay. Amazing. So we'll just get Daphne to put her request down, and then we'll do that reading, and then we'll get through to everyone else. General from Dionysus. A what he has to say reading with Dionysus. The Twitch ad. Yeah, I think you'll get those when you first open the stream. I think it's called a pre-roll ad. Yes, everyone's so cool in here. That's so true. Alright, the first, what came to mind is that he's sort of in this underground, I wouldn't say chamber, but it's not like a cave or like a cavern. It's kind of like a cave where perhaps it's inside a mountain and top of it is open. So the sunlight streams through the middle and there are like pillars, like in a circle as well-ish. Like it's pillars like foundational, like supporting the structure. And very warm colored space. It's not sandy, it's just a warm colored space. And the floor or the ground is tiled. Yeah, I assumed it was a meditation location. 6 of Charisma, the Hierophant, Ace of Intelligence. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but it's sort of like also the towers on the bottom of the deck. Like correctly. It's like doing the camera like upside down and the wrong way around. Yeah, they came really quick. It's a weird description, but it was one of the first things I saw. It's like grape juice is like dripping down his legs, and like as he steps around, it's like grape juice is like following. Maybe it's like wine, maybe it's like internal liquids. Oh, I just updated the thing. So thank you to BitterKnight12 for following, and then we have Lay's username up there too for being gifted that sub. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to say hi in the chat, and feel free if you would like as well to join the queue. Yes, the list is still open. You are welcome to join it. There. And we just have a few in the queue, so if you just stick around, we'll get to you soon. Yes. Let's look at these cards. So the 6 of Charisma here. I'm actually going to look at the guidebook because I'm curious about what it says about some of these cards. Alright, well this is a tried and true message in regards to giving and receiving fully while not sacrificing your values or exhausting your energy. can find the Hierophant. Using spiritual understanding and wisdom to perceive the world. Finding your inner wizard and using your genius to discover new ideas and have breakthroughs. I feel like those are very relevant messages, especially the one about giving and receiving fully without sacrificing your values. There was something here he said about how sometimes our more worldly or physical perceptions of things can be disappointing and can make it easy to be disappointed. And that it's in regards to what he said about like a spiritual understanding, that he knows it's really hard to think about things in that way, like to sort of let go of the physical, especially when it's so hard. And then not only, but to see things in a spiritual sense with spiritual wisdom, because there's a lot of values that come with spirituality, no matter your belief system or otherwise, where it's sort of like there is a reason why a lot of spiritual people are more at peace, I think, and have more understanding of the self and others and the way they navigate the world. And in part, that comes with letting go of the physical in safe ways. Of course, this is not to say to navigate it dangerously or recklessly, but that sometimes when we get overwhelmed with what's happening in the physical, especially when we are so connected with the spiritual, that can be what causes us a lot of disappointment. Four of Wisdom is also a meditation-based card, and considering the location was similar to a meditation one, there's probably something there. Although I do believe you probably would meditate with him often, unless you haven't recently, then he might be saying to do so, or is inviting you to, or there may be a meditation that he has been wanting to engage you with, or maybe beyond meditation, like some sort of other adjacent type of activity, in order to have some sort of breakthrough or gain some sort of wisdom that you may be resistant to, or resistant is a word for it, because it's sort of like it can come from a variety of reasons, but especially if you, what comes to mind is if you feel as though letting go is going to be unsafe. Which, okay, well that one's vague because you perhaps already know that. But I'm trying to get to the bottom of what he's saying here. I think it's less like about being afraid. It's less about being afraid of letting go, but more so being afraid of what it means or what comes after letting go. Like, do you feel ready to take and grab and hold what might come after letting go, even if it's good? Because here's the thing, right? When we stay in our patterns and when we stay in the sort of resistance, it's easier for us because it's the pattern and scenario that's familiar to us. At least in the issues we are dealing with now, at least we sort of have a hold on them. At least we sort of are more familiar, so we can think of more solutions to the current issues that we are experiencing. Whereas even if you were to let go and to pursue this new situation and the new feelings and the new opportunities that come your way because of that, because it's unfamiliar, you won't know how to deal with any issues or problems or even situations, whether neutral or positive, not just negative. You won't know how to deal with them because you haven't before, and perhaps that is also scary. So even when the things come with positivity or even neutrality, or even something better than what your current situation is, even if it's not miles and miles ahead in distance, it can feel scary because we are not used to those patterns. someone has been avoiding meditation despite being asked. I won't name who. I definitely see a theme of getting back into that because of, yeah, what's come through. The Hierophant as well being very connected to that otherworldly and sort of the idea of thresholds as well, I think. Comes with the Hierophant, especially how on the Rider Waite we usually see like the keys at the bottom of the Hierophant. Hydrate time. But yeah, that is your message. For you. Happy Thankful Thursday indeed, Dream It. Oh. This one slipped out. Temperance. Look what's happening in Temperance. Ooh. He just said, do you always need someone else to tell you what you already know? Not already know, but it's like stuff. It's just for simple stuff like meditating and stuff. He's asking like, do you always need someone else to tell you? Do you always have to go through someone else to hear this in order to do it? Like, do you require hearing it from someone else to do it? Took me a few sentences, but I got there. Yeah. Yeah. He's brought it up again. I suggest heeding what was said in that conversation because it will possibly be helpful. Especially if there's something deeper that he wants to tell you and you know he wants to tell you but won't come through the cards because obviously he'd want to tell you through the meditation. We've got Neppy next, if you'd like to put your request in the chat. I hope that was helpful in some way, Daphne. And thank you for letting me do the reading for you, as usual. And best of luck with your meditations, because it seems like you are being heavily encouraged to do them. Good luck, No Name. If you'd like, you can keep the stream on in the background and mute the tab if you're on computer. Or, I guess I don't know how it works on phone. But feel free to pop in again. Thanks for coming by, No Name, and good luck with the reading. The ways he pushes back when I challenge him, the fact that he brought it to you. Well, I think deities tend to go through the channels that may resonate with querent or the person asking, or will make it more likely for the person asking to hear. And he probably knows that you pop in here when you can every week. And so he brings it up through me. I shall tune into Neppy for a message from either Hecate or Apollon. Thank you, Daphne. I appreciate that. It means a lot, like, genuinely. Alright, we have Apollon today for you, Neppy, because essentially my mind's eye got flashbanged. It wasn't too bad, but I was like, who would like to come forward? And then just this brightness came out, like, whoop. And of course brightness can be associated with either of them, but it was definitely Apollon energy for me. So finally sat at your desk with water and can't stop coughing. Coffee wouldn't betray you like this. Water is good. I'm gonna hydrate again. It was kind of like a horizon with a rising sun, except you can't really see the sun because it's really bright. That's how it was like. So we'll do a similar thing, because for Daphne's one, I kind of halved. I kind of half did tarot, half did whatever came through. You can kind of call it channeled, but I don't know, maybe. I am not great at knowing the guidelines of how to call what. I can tell you that I used my clear senses for it. So we'll do something similar here for a message from Apollon for you, Neppy. Why did the towel come out again? Judgment. He said to not be scared, so don't be scared. No, he said to not be scared. No, I got the devil as well. Okay, interesting. Oh, thank you. This is meant to be some sort of Electro Swing DMCA free playlist. This one's called Gym Leader Battle Music. I'm assuming that is Pokemon. But I love Electro Swing. Alright. He doesn't want you to be scared of this, Neppy. He wants to reassure you that even when some things may happen that shake up our foundations, they can bring something about rise. He says rise. Bring rise, or like lead to a rise up of something. So the judgment card can signify a sort of calling towards, or some sort of ascension in knowledge, perhaps in like leveling up, learning something new, answering a call to something, an opportunity being gained that will like help you advance. And the Page of Cups is about a new journey, and sometimes the unexpected popping up, such as how the fish comes up out of the cup. And sometimes on journeys where things can be quite emotional or important emotionally, we have certain expectations for ourselves or others, and that may mean that we get closed up to what is out there for us. And for example, or not for example, but like as we can see here, like the devil is here. The devil is associated with attachments and obsessions and perhaps even negative thought patterns and expectations. And so what I'm seeing here is guidance when it comes to tower moments, or a change that might be happening that shakes your foundation, or perhaps there's some sort of environmental change happening as well for you. And how being open to what may come of it can be beneficial, because as we said, the Judgment card may bring rise to something that is actually really important or really cool for you to level up, so to say, in your life or on your path. The Page of Cups talks about how we can expect the unexpected. It's a new path. We can't really see what's ahead of us exactly. And the devil is a warning, or tells us about how we can sometimes restrain ourselves or sort of lock things up in a certain way that makes it harder for us to feel okay in a situation. But it's sort of like you can, no matter what, if you experience a tower moment or a moment of unexpectedness or a moment of falling where you may have to step up for something, you can choose if you about love, is it? Well, I'm not seeing any love related cards particularly, unless you think the devil like being the other side of the lovers, but I don't see it as particularly a love card reading. What was my train of thought there? How you go through this moment is determined by yourself and how you wish to see the situation, because we aren't always prepared for the things that come our way. We're not always equipped for them. And sometimes if we lay on the expectations on ourselves that we should be equipped, we should have known this, we should have known that. If only I did this, if only I could have done this. When sometimes things just come our way and they can be a surprise, and sometimes they may help us out in ways that we don't understand initially, but then look back and see, actually, this works this way because it fits in this, or what I wanted or what I needed. And sometimes the more hopeful side of the tower is that we realize that these unstable foundations we created actually have a chance to be renewed by getting destroyed or being released, and then having the opportunity to rebuild into something greater that aligns more with who you are as well. This is possibly a social or career or study based reading, because I keep splitting the deck to pentacles, such as the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, which can be talking about some sort of new school, like study / work based project or opportunity as well. Perhaps even something clearing out of the way in order to give you some more time or capacity or vision for something that you would like to do. Oh, there we go. 9 of Pentacles again. So 9 of Pentacles was career. See Pentacles here as well. Yeah, that is your reading, Neppy. Some never been more tense. I think the idea is to not be. I think that is the idea. Because if you think about like the Page of Cups and other core cards in the cups, like if you think about the King of Cups, he's like the chillest guy in the deck. So the Page of Cups is kind of like the predecessor for that. Yeah, the flew past you. You're welcome. You should know that like your deities are going to be there for you no matter what. And if he also says like think back to all the other times that you would call tower moments or associate with like some sort of large change or transition in your life, and think about how you managed those or the people you had around you to support you in those times, and understand that you are strong enough in a great position to not only support yourself but accept the support of others when these things happen. You don't have to do it alone, and there are an abundance of resources for you out there as well. That's what I got for the split there, which is a 10 of Pentacles and a 4 of Swords reversed. You're welcome, Daphne. But yeah, those last words were part of your message to Neppy. Oh, look at that. The Sun. Temperance reversed. We didn't have to take a reverse. Temperance is just about moderation. And the Sun's in the background as well. But reverse can also mean like you may not be regarding moderation or temperance highly enough. Especially in regards to feeling like you can ask others for help or rely on them or get support from them. You'll be okay, Neppy. It's Elle's turn for a reading. You're welcome, Neppy. Yeah, I just got really big. Why? Also, Neppy, do you have your own divination tools? I don't remember, but he's saying something about your own, like doing your own divination as well. But I don't remember if you have your own cards or something already. The Sun again. Whoever is around on your team. Let's see. Okay, this image is not getting out of my head, so I need to like say it in case it may like link to something. There's a woman who has like really long ponytails, double ponytails, like one on each side. If I like use my little guy as a demonstration here, like one here, like on each side here on top of the head. Yeah, and it's like really long. No, I think they're called ponytails. But I don't know who it is. So is there anyone you know who has like really long ponytails like that? Elle? for you, Nappy, procrastinate doing studies. Ah, okay. I was like, who is this? Oh wow, yeah, they're really long. For your childhood, interesting. Rather than like ask to keep learning, Nappy, it was more so like to help you understand some of his messages that come through. It can be good to like, it's okay to do like secondary divination for yourself after you receive messages from other people. It's not like a bad thing. It's not like an offensive thing to do. And it can help you gain another perspective on what you're receiving. So that's why he wants you to, like, it's not like keep learning. You can just do a reading for yourself. All right. Let me get back into this one. Hades. It's Hades who is here. Hello, Pocket Cat. Welcome back to the stream. Yes, because there was an association with childhood, and then there was his energy through I don't know how to explain it. Not that I do need to explain it. He likes the golden tarot cards. They are just funny to shuffle. It was a very slow entrance. It wasn't like super slow, but it was a very steady, slow. Keep saying slow, that's not correct. Steady, gradual entrance, like the sky changing colors as it turns to evening. Feel free to join the list today. So L, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Choose 1, 2, or 3. How did I do it? This is free. Because I ordered it for the screen. I believe left to right for the screen. I was thinking to myself, oh, these cards are so hard to shuffle in the way I usually shuffle to get cards. And he was like, split it into 3 decks and make them choose. Nine of Swords. I had to count the swords. um, reference the book to make sure I'm assuming this is the right card. Yes, Justice. Because the art on these cards and sure sometimes. Assuming this is the sun. All right. Wrong way. Order it correctly for you. Sorry. Here we go. Nine of Swords, Justice, the Sun. Don't be so hard on yourself when you've done so much already and you've been through so much already. You are always actively working towards your true self, and it's not like even actively working towards. As you walk, and as you do, and as you act, you are always tuning into your true self, and that is like, no matter your past, and when I say past, you know what I mean, but no matter your past, no matter all that has been and all that you've done and all that you are yet to do, there is still a you as L who has this ball. It's like a ball, like a core inside you that speaks truths about who you are and what you are aligned with and what you do. And that's never going to go away. And it will never be taken from you, no matter what. There is nothing that any divinity can do or say, and nothing that you can do or say, or others can do or say, that will take away this ball of light, solid ball of light in you. And even if sometimes it may feel small or grow small, it will never disappear. And there are always ways to make it grow once again. Give yourself the time to rest and to understand where you are at without always feeling like you need to move forward or pick up the next sword to bring yourself down even more. I just said a whole bunch of stuff there. That's another thing as well, just because you're the moon doesn't mean you don't give off sunlight as well. The beauty of the moon is that she sort of reflects the sunlight in a way that comes to... what's coming to mind, sort of like the moon affecting the tides. It's like the sun can't do that. It needs the moon filtering that sunlight to do that. But it's still sunlight in a sense too. Like, you don't lose the sunlight. By being the moon, it's not like you lack sunlight. And therefore, even that connection between the sun and the inner child and joy is a big one too. You don't lose joy by being the moon. You may filter it sometimes. You may turn it into something practical, but it's still there. It still shines a light in the sky. I hope that message was useful to you. It felt as though it came through very comprehensively from him compared to a couple other ones that were not as not that they weren't as comprehensive, more that it not as linear. Yes. Ah, good. You're welcome. Glad you thought it was Hades coded. I've only talked to him so many times. And of course, he loves the giant deck that is interesting to shuffle. And thank you for asking for a reading from me too, Elle. It is an honor to do one for you too. It is now Vanji's turn. Also, I didn't get a chance to say it 6 minutes ago, but Chris, thank you for following the channel. Feel free to say hello in the chat if you are still here. Let us know how you're going with your day, or if it's the evening for you, how your day was. We are out here doing some tarot readings. Reading from Hecate. Something that Vanji really needs to hear right now. Also, for anyone who feels inclined, feel free to donate to my Ko-fi, as all of these readings are free, and donating is optional and greatly appreciated. Though, if you feel inclined and you're able, then I'd really like it and really be really happy and again grateful if you could. But no worries if not. Oh, you resubs! Thank you. That's awesome. I don't know if it came up and I just missed it. If it like did a da-da-da, but thank you so much, Daphne. That's fine. You can always feel free to just mention it. It's like it's a win-win, right? It's good for me to know. Thank you. Right, let me tune into this. The thing about these cards being shiny is that they shine too much in the light. The Magician, the Four of Swords, the Five of Wands. Something like performance anxiety came up. you're experiencing any performance anxiety right now due to like social expectations or fearing about what other people, like comparisons between yourself and other people. If you may be afraid of doing something in front of others because you think they might judge you or may think you're not good enough or qualified enough. Then Hecate is telling you with the Magician comes, I love the message that comes with the Magician, which is usually you have everything you need to do what you want to achieve. All of the elements above and below, and being in touch with what you are seeking. And also this message of there's no point in having the skills and knowledge you have without using them. Find ways to apply what you have. Magician comes after the Fool in the Fool's journey, and there's no point taking the leap of faith and then gaining what you need and understanding what you have without putting it to use or doing something with it or doing something about it. Rather than worrying so much about what others may think or whether or not you fit in or whether or not you feel like you're qualified enough for something. What may be important instead is to... It's hard, but like look within yourself and terrified of making a server go live. Has you really worried and vet school could apply? Well, the Four of Swords is the resting and also contemplation and meditation card, which, you know, like yippee, cards telling everyone to meditate and stuff. But truly, what I really like about the Four of Swords here as well is that it sort of looks like this figure is in this sort of like capsule. And it isn't necessarily a bad thing, but more so when it comes to this social aspect as well, it's sitting with yourself. And a lot of the time, especially in our communities, we may meditate with a desire to connect with other divinities. We meditate to connect with something beyond ourselves, right? Though sometimes it's okay to meditate to connect within or with ourselves rather than externally. And meditation is a great way to come to understand your values, your fears, and also your hopes and dreams. So I do think there is a recommendation here. I do think for your community, I think your community is a big one, or like your server is a big one here, because it's sort of like the Magician. You've set up everything. You've sort of made it to this point where you're able to bring it out there, but you may be afraid of it not working out. You may be afraid of the people who might come in, or not even finding people, or people feeling like you're not qualified to lead a community, or you're not ready to. Hecate wants you to take some time to sit with yourself, and it's not like block out others, but it's sort of intentionally do this and connect with yourself rather than others. Don't try to seek the opinion of other gods on this matter, if that's something you may usually do. Seek actually the opinion of yourself. Because sometimes when we're like busy and we're sort of like letting our thoughts run through, we don't listen to our inner guidance. And our inner guidance can actually be quite reliable too, and trustworthy, and inspired by what we really want. And so I think she really would like you to spend some time doing that. Because you started... Yeah, all this is not... You need to listen to your inner guidance. You made the server for a reason, to fill in some sort of gap, to find community, to fulfill something, and you know that. That's why you got to this point. Dive more into that and how that lines up with everything else you're feeling about the fears. Because you have everything you need, you're set up, you're ready to go. But you're afraid of this. Get to the bottom of that. Tune into your inner guidance. That's your message from our great goddess Hecate. You're welcome, and I understand. Leadership as well, or at least leading a community or having a Discord server, isn't always about being the best leader or most knowledgeable leader. Sometimes it's about being the person who steps up intentionally to create a space for others to come to. And yes, you will always be the owner of the space, which is good because it can be defined by you. And at the same time, other people who you invite into your space and other people who interact with it in a positive way that you want it to be like, they will start to form how it comes together. And it's sort of like it'll go hand in hand. Like as people come in, you will also be managing the space, and you'll see more of the direction you want to go once you make it go live. Like that's just a big step. Also hydrate. It's like I think it will get easier once you take the big step. Bitter Knight 12, let me know what you'd like a reading on. Feel free to let me know if you need me to do my explanation of what kind of readings I do. You can also do exclamation mark decks to see what decks I have available. The only one I believe that isn't listed there is the Magic the Gathering Oracle deck. I'm not sure if I've missed anything else, but I can also choose intuitively. But let me know what you'd like for your request.
Self-help talks, money walks, everybody wants to change with a 2-week course. If you're like me, you need a little trick, cause you're currently shit at dealing with conflict. Don't start a fight, but don't avoid everything in life, you gotta get it just right.
Also, if there's anyone here who hasn't queued for a reading yet, feel free to queue. We have about 2 people left on the reading queue, so yeah. Why is Tom Cardy playing? Is he on this list?
Hey, nice shirt, asshole. I couldn't help but feel.
His song is a bit too Aussie. Not sure if Bitter Knight is still here. Oh yes, go and eat and exercise, Vanji. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for letting me do a reading for you. And let me know how you go as well. I'm excited for you to release your server because I think it's very unique and also probably one that people like. Alright. Dream Impossible, are you still here? Because we can wait and see if Bitter comes back. Oh, Bitter's here actually. Hello. I thought you had left Bitter tonight. Maybe you just came back. Would you like to let me know what you'd like a reading on? So I can do that for you. Right. So for your question, Bitter, or Stephanie, I do have some reading boundaries of what I don't read on. Relationships is one of them, typically, or love-based ones, especially ones that include what I call mind reading. And unfortunately asking what someone else's feelings are for you is considered mind reading, which is not, in a sense, a type of mind reading question. So it's not one I feel comfortable reading for. Is there another request that I'd be able to do for you? You can ask for any sort of guidance question, comfort question. I do messages with angels, deities, the universe. My boundaries are that I don't do financial, crisis, medical, or legal questions, and I don't do typically I don't do love or relationship questions or fortune telling or mind reading based ones. So if you want guidance on a situation, then I can do that for you. Cool, I can do that one. I just hydrated for that one pocket cat. Thank you for redeeming that. Everyone else, feel free to take a drink if you have not recently. What does Aphrodite want Stephanie to know? Hello, Phoenixes. You are welcome to join the queue. Oh, thank you. If you donate, you can definitely join the queue again. I'm not sure if I have a bubbles actually for that, but I should add one. I should add a viewer reward to claim to join the queue again. But donation is guaranteed. You can join the queue again if you donate after you've already received the reading. Alright, so for you, Stephanie, in terms of your message from Aphrodite, this is really nice because we have the Four of Wands here, which is a very much a celebration card, a community card, and coming together. It can be in terms of some sort of party or celebration that is happening. Page of Wands is a great card in terms of being at the start of a journey in something you're passionate about, something that you wish to grow in, something that you feel really really motivated for, in terms of something that you have been really wanting to do. The Ace of Swords is telling me that a new opportunity is presenting itself as well in terms of communication, truth, the mind, intellect. It may be someone giving you the chance to be able to speak your mind about something. Someone being offering you a platform to be able to speak about something that you are really passionate about and something that you want to grow in. Maybe some sort of interest, some sort of hobby, some sort of club as well. I can see like a club or community setting or group setting when it comes to having the Four of Wands here with these other cards as well. Perhaps an opportunity to step up and use your voice in order to propel yourself into this new opportunity. Ah, that makes sense. It makes sense that you're seeking that. Yes, harmony comes. I believe harmony is a good one associated with the Four of Wands, and clarity is definitely with the Ace of Swords. An opportunity for communication and clarity and honesty, truth, those sort of things will come through for you. Were there any questions you had or any elaborations you need for this message? Thank you, Neppy. I appreciate that very much. If I can do the heart properly. I could do hearts like this. You're welcome, Stephanie. Best of luck with your situation and with Jeremy as well. Thank you for coming into the stream too. And feel free to pop by again soon or stick around if you'd like as well to see other people's readings. These were some good cards. You've got good stuff coming. Dream and Possible, it is your turn. And Nappy, please feel free to join the queue once again so I can do another reading for you. Made it back, I hope so. Hope it wasn't a treacherous trip. General, what your guides have for you. Yes. I would like to use a different deck. Or perhaps they want to use a different deck. We're gonna look at this one. These are angel reading cards. So we'll see what message there is from your guides for you today. Oh, in a meeting? Sure. Just let me know when you come back. We'll get to Neppy then. What would... Oh, wait, no. Yes, no. There's actually another person. Phoenixes. We'll do Phoenixes first. Yes. I just checked the queue. Phoenixes, if you are around... It's a bit confusing because Nappy got one already before, but then paid. So then does it technically make priority? And then yeah. Nappy paid to go again rather than for priority. Because the stipulation is if donation meets priority. We'll go for you, Phoenix. What would you like a reading on? No, you first. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have rules around like what happens if someone donates afterwards and then they want to like go again. So, general vibe check message, whatever comes up. Let's see. Oh, an Ace of Swords again. Queen of Cups. Strength. And the Three of Cups on the bottom. And put this over here so you can see it. Alright. I like this one too. It's very positive. Ace of Swords. New beginnings and opportunities regarding the domains of air, domains of the sword. Do you do any creative arts, Phoenix? Do you write or do poetry or something along those lines? Maybe you have a different art form. I think you should get back into writing. And I think it will be a good way for you to... You have a lot of... I'm feeling that you're very much of a thinker as much as a feeler. So you think and feel a lot. And you have some ideas that may be good to get onto paper. If you don't already, but you said you don't write very often anymore. The creative stuff constantly. Yes. I think there's a lot that you have and a lot of potential and a lot of great thinking that you have, like that is really in touch with the heart and emotions and the way people feel. That will really like it's not about writing for other people. Though I believe as well that what you write could be good, a good perspective, a good, oh, I experienced that too, or I think that too, I really relate to this, that feels really good. I don't necessarily think you should try to cope with your problems through creative writing, but I do think that creative writing is a way to process experiences as well, or in a way gain new perspectives on your emotions and thoughts and behaviors. I wouldn't say rely on creative writing for your problems. Of course, seek the support you need. Though I do think it's a great avenue for you. It can help you connect with other people. It can help you connect with your feelings and emotions, with your voice, and also with like it's a strength of yours. Like I believe writing is a very strong part of who you are, and sort of like something that's waiting to there's something waiting to be written, if I pronounce that, enunciate that correctly. There's something waiting to be written by you. Maybe even forming a very small writing group can help with getting back into that. Hello there, Red Cat. Welcome into the stream. I hope you are doing well. Feel free to let us know how you're doing in the chat. Oh yeah, there we go. The Ace of Cups underneath the Three of Cups as well. So very much around emotional release and development. Oh, I understand. My main form of roleplay is text-based as well. I don't do it so much anymore because I'm doing other projects like streaming and other things like that. But yeah, I completely understand. It's pretty difficult to find communities or groups that you fit into or may vibe with as well, or don't get completely destroyed and stuff within a few months, because sometimes that happens. But yeah, give it a go if that's what you feel called to as well. Like, you never know what gems you could find out there. Sneaky lore drop. Yeah, like if you have friends who do it, make your own group. You don't need like a whole other thing, like established thing for your to do it. They're about Elder Scroll OCs. Gotta find them. We'll take this as your call to get back into it, because I think it'll be great. Work on said OC. Might do that for your own stream. Cool. Well, best of luck for that then. I'll drop you a follow. Are you heading off, Pocket? If you are, then thanks for coming in. Oh, cool. Thanks for lurking then. I appreciate that. And just observing. I hope it's a good observation that you're seeing. Thanks, Daphne. I appreciate that a lot. It's very meaningful. Sometimes I do wonder, I'm like, oh my god, this is poo-poo. Alright, that's Phoenix's one done, and we're still waiting for Dreamer to get back. So, Neppy, would you like to throw what you would like a reading on again into the chat? And then we'll take a peek at that. It's a treat. A little treat. Cool, thanks, Dreamit. Just doesn't pass it. Well, I did bad in general. Yeah, sometimes it is like, sometimes I get cards, I'm like, can I just reshuffle? Maybe I should do that more often. Alright. Trying to read tarot dice mix for opponent is stressful and hard. That's okay. You're not a bother. You're more than welcome to ask. More clarification insight if he's willing to give it. I feel like he's always been so vague with you, Neppy. Every time he's come here to give you a message, he tends to be a bit vague. Since you mentioned tarot and dice, let's roll some dice. Dice. Alright, we're trying to get 1s, 3s, 4s, and 6s to interpret our oracle message for Neppy. Most of those were not numbers we wanted. Now we got 4, 4, 4, 4, 3. 4 4s and a 3. Alright, let's get our oracle table out to interpret this. Uh, 4 4 4 3 116. Ah. So your dice oracle, Neppy, reads: Hermes, who presides over gain. Should a single 3 fall and all the rest falls, Hermes will grant you the appropriate inspiration. He will confer on you a boon. You will have it all. You will achieve what you desire. You will discover that which he foretells, and there will be no evil. So once again, another this one, even though they are associated with gods, they can be read as messages from the appropriate deity. So in this case, Apollon, and it continues this whole message about like how you are protected and receiving blessings from him, and that there is no evil to fear going forward. In this case, saying that this whatever is coming your way is not something that you need to be particularly afraid of. Let's see some cards as well. D&D Dice, my beloved. Oh, you use dice for readings too. Mega method using D&D dice, several six-sided dice, astrology dice, coins, and eventually art dice, and Nordic rune dice. Wow, those sound awesome. All right, let's see. What is the nature of the situation that Apollon is talking about? Thanks. Me, when I ask what is this change and transition and situation about, gods, wheel of fortune and death, which are literally change and transformation and releasing the old coming with the new cards. It's like asking the gods, oh, what decision should I make? And they give you the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. There is a decision to be made. Thank you. Yes, I know that. Alright, let's get another card. Alright, something coming in fast. Movement, possibly travel. And the Knight of Wands. Are you going to see this coming? Yes. You will get a communication about it. You will receive a message. I don't know in what form, but there will be a communication or message delivered to you related to this situation. I like how I ask what the nature of it is, and it's like the nature of it is change. Well, yes, thank you. We do know that. But the Wheel of Fortune and Death, I'd say, are good cards to get in association with this. It adds on to that idea of like, this is something that will allow something new or something that you desire to come in to your life. It may require letting go of one thing to allow the next in, and perhaps that is what is in part this sort of like when we come back to the Page of Cups from the previous reading. It's sort of like you may not expect that getting rid of this thing will bring in this thing, yet it still does. And it will happen faster than you think, because we have the Eight of Wands here, which signifies a fast movement, and the Knight of Wands here, which again is a very similar thing with like in terms of movements and speed. And also it's just this whole thing of like trust that whatever this change is, it's not going to leave you in a bad state. It's going to be part of you reaching what you are looking for and what you want. This is a necessary change that is happening to make room for what it is you want. And you will know it's coming because you'll hear from someone, or there'll be some sort of message or communication you receive about this to know that it's happening. I think you might be worrying too much about it, because I think it's a very positive thing. From our dice oracle to the cards we are getting to, like, as I said, the Wheel of Fortune and Death, they are typically good cards associated with change, because it's telling us that the wheel is turning, and there are things coming in for you, in favor of you, and what you want to do. The Knight of Wands, what you're aiming for, what journey you're on. And you don't have to be worried about being caught off guard. Welcome back, No Name. That's good that you're happy about the reading you did. Yeah, the big thing here is that you're going to be left better after this change than you were before. Yeah, trust the process, have faith. Know that you'll hear of it. Like, it's not going to blindside you and like throw you off the cliff and into the river and down the stream and like, I don't know, that was a dramatic image, but you're going to be fine and you're going to be protected and you're going to be safe. You're welcome, Neppy. Thank you for donating once again. I really appreciate it. And I did send you a couple messages on Discord too, so please read them. Because they're in response to the private message you sent me. Oh, via Ko-fi, I mean. I'm also just reminded I need to edit this. Cool. Alright. That was Neppy. So, dream at possible. Let me know what you'd like. Wait, did I already do dream? No, I remember you asked the question, but I didn't do it yet. Yes. Dream at possible. Are you still in your meeting? Also, Name, feel free to join the queue if you'd like. You could just do the join command. Yes. Cool, you're back. Oh yes, I wanted to use this deck for you. Alright, I'm going to close the queue now. So I'm going to do these last 3 readings before I need to head to sleep because sleep is good. Sleep is important. What do the guides have for dream today? Okay, you get 4 cards then. Oh, okay. You have Angel of Abundance, Angel of Relationships, Angel of Friendship, and Angel of Fertility. Just to cross it off the list, to double check. I don't do pregnancy readings, but I just want to check if it may be like, does fertility speak to you more to do with creating a family, or do you think it's not related to that? Because there are different meanings for fertility, but I just want to make sure if it's more towards one or the other for you. Basically, which definition of fertility is more relevant? Is it of having a child, or is it would it be something else, in which I can talk about that? I'll also do a close-up of all the cards. This one's the Angel of Abundance. Angel of relationships. Not trying for kids. Okay, cool. Cool. Angel of friendship. And the Angel of fertility. Okay, I really like these cards because we have here the Angel of relationships and the Angel of friendship. In the middle here, surrounded by the Angel of abundance and fertility. And they kind of go hand in hand. Because if you think of fertility apart from the idea of... Aside from the idea of trying for kids, fertility is also a great domain in terms of abundance too. Like abundance and fertility kind of go hand in hand. If you think about it too, like a goddess like Demeter, who is a goddess of agriculture, she can be considered a goddess of abundance and also fertility because of the idea of planting seeds and letting them grow. And I believe your guides here maybe talking about some recent connections or upcoming connections or friendships you are making, or even some that may have been more of the focus for you recently. They're indicating that these relationships and connections are going to be very abundant and fertile for you. They'll encourage you to plant the seeds that you would like to plant and to watch them grow and to water them and to provide them sunlight. They want you to not be afraid of connecting with others, sharing things with others. You don't have to share the exact details of things you wish to achieve or want to do with them, but sort of similarly in the theme of your name, don't be afraid to dream with other people. And sometimes we may think to ourselves, oh, but what if this person doesn't understand? What if this person doesn't really get it? What if this person thinks I'm crazy or doesn't even know what I'm talking about? Well, the friends you have and the abundance you have around you begs to differ. I think you have great support around you, and your guides want to recognize this in this reading for you as well, especially if you've been feeling down recently or may feel like you're a bit unsupported, or even if there's a goal you want to achieve but you know you can't do it alone. You have the people around you and the resources around you to be able to take the steps towards that plan. And even though these plans may not bloom immediately, because that's not how they work, it will be a very opportune for you to pursue these ideas in relation to groups or friends or communities around you, or especially ideas that may involve other people around you. Connection with past close friendship. Yes. I didn't mean to draw this many cards to answer that question, but yes. And here's my justification. Page of Cups, unexpected appearance. Eight of Cups, something you've walked away from. Four of Wands, perhaps a reunion or some sort of like running into someone else, perhaps that's in some sort of like celebration, party, community, or even like reconnecting over something that you used to share a passion of. And perhaps representations of you and this other person as well. Just as being someone who maybe quite true to themselves, someone who is very justice oriented, of course. The Queen of Wands being someone who is quite nurturing of growth, gifts, and passions. They may have a cat. Sort of like the swords and the scales to balance out the wands and, you know, that vibe. Six of Wands as well. victory, public recognition. Oh, 2. That's nice. Is this someone who's a bit further away from you? Like, is there any distance to it, or did they like leave because they went off traveling somewhere or moved somewhere? I was only wondering about the traveling or distance or movement aspect because we have the Angel of Travel at the bottom of the deck, which doesn't have to be relevant, but I was just wondering if that may have been something that played a part, some sort of distance thing. You had a disagreement last year. I think there could be a chance for you to rekindle that connection. If you so desire, and if it resonates with you to do that based on this message. Did you have any further reflections or questions on that one, Dream It? Oh, they were your best friend. Yeah, if they were your best friend, I feel like, you know, and based on like the vibe I'm getting, there probably could be a good opportunity for you to rekindle that. Were you happy with all of that for your message, Dream It? Yes, cool. You are welcome, and I hope so for you too. There's so much positive energy in relation to this, like abundance, fertility, like that. So it's so like laid upon laid on. So if it's meant to be, it will be. Thank you for allowing me to read for you, and thank you for tuning in once again as you do. Just didn't have a stream last week because I didn't have my setup. So yeah, but we're back again. For Red Cats, you've been waiting patiently. Thank you. You'd like a general reading. what would like to come through for red cats? For cats today. Six of Wands is always a good start. Oh, thank you for following, Dreamin'. I didn't realize that you weren't following. You've been around for a few times. Oh wow, okay. The Queen of Cups and the King of Cups and the Six of Wands. Interesting. Oh, No Name. Thank you so much for subscribing. That is awesome. I really appreciate that. Oh, and 100 bits. Thank you for the bits and thank you for being here. I'm happy to... very happy to do these messages for people. Alright, let's see. I think I've very rarely gotten the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups together, so I'm trying to discern what that may be talking about. For you, Kat, was there something you recently got some sort of recognition for? Maybe a certificate, an award, or like some sort of like recognition? Doesn't have to be like a tangible recognition, like a physical thing. Perhaps from someone who is some sort of authority figure in your life recently, someone important in terms of like the status or who they are to you. You've been getting the King and Queen together a lot. Ah, that is interesting. I wonder that. Well, the King and Queen together can also signal this sort of like balance, because it can signal like things within yourself and also signal something external from yourself, like people externally, which is why I was asking about the recognition thing, because this can pertain to receiving recognition from two people who may represent a King and Queen of Cups for you, or it can also represent gaining recognition in holding these two aspects, in being like in balancing this cup suit for yourself. The cups being connected with the heart and emotions, feelings, and also things that you sort of let yourself let go to do. So it's like passion in another way. It's like indulgence in a sense. In a positive sense. It's not a negative sense. And it can be talking about this achieved in a way, but also we're also like always working on it, but achieved balance of this king and queenly type of energy when it comes to the cups. So traditionally, which some, doesn't have to be the case, but traditionally queens are associated with like this nurturing, caring aspects, whereas the kings are more to do with this authority and confidence sort of aspects. And perhaps there's this balance that you have been working on and that you have seen within yourself now in terms of these elements of flowing emotions and water's associated with a lot of things too, and the cups are the water suit. The flow of life is one thing. Also being able to like water, the whole analogy about like seeds being planted. I kind of mentioned it last reading, but seeds being planted, well, the way that plants grow is to water them, right? And you've been able to provide that water in different ways for your for what you're working on. So you said you've been getting recognized for your art. Emotional roller coaster since the beginning of this year. I'm sorry to hear that you've been going through the ups and downs of all that. getting a lot of cups. Like I split the deck. You've got the Knight of Cups. You've also got the Ace of Cups. Lots of emotions indeed going around. But I think there's some sort there is some mastery happening, which is why the King and Queen are here. You're finding ways to sit in those emotions, sit in that feeling, in the flow of what you do. And as you continue to, you'll continue to be recognized for your art as well, in whatever way that may come through. Just fell down. Let's see. Okay, these 3 cards here: Strength, 7 of Cups, and 3 of Swords. Sometimes you may hear a lot of opinions about what you do. And cards would like you to try your best to stay resilient against sort of like that really loud voice that makes it hard to get through. Like sometimes even when we hear a lot of good things, we hear one bad thing and it really gets us down, and it makes sense that it does. So it's good to recognize that this can happen because if I select the right cards to highlight, goodness gracious. This sort of situation can leave us disappointed and hurting and emotionally scarred even. Though you should know that you are in your element when you work on your art and you are in your strengths. And no one can take that away from you. So even if on this emotional roller coaster it can get difficult because of those loud voices, because of hearing one thing or the other, being pulled in different directions, you still have the strength within you to do what you need to do. And I'm seeing, yeah, as I said, this mastery of these 2 sides when it comes to what you're being recognized for. Oh, hello there, Kua Emperute. Thank you for the bit. And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well. How are you doing today? Yeah, Kat, let me know if there are any reflections based on that, if anything didn't quite make sense to you, if you have any questions on that. Okay, no worries. And thank you for trusting me with your question. Or I suppose your request for a general reading. And I wish you the very best for your pathway and the recognition that you're receiving, especially with this emotional roller coaster. I hope that it can smooth out for you and that you can see the work that you've been putting in, the results of the work you've been putting in as well. Alright, no name. Charlie, please let me know what you'd like a reading on and I can do that for you. General reading, like about your practice. Okay. Cool. Let me get that sorted for you. Alright. General reading about your practice. Can we get a reading regarding Charlie's practice here? Alright, there's a lot of fast energy here because we have the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Wands. Knight of Swords and Eight of Wands are both fast moving cards. You can see here, like... Actually, I think this is interesting because you see the Knight of Swords going fast in one direction. You have to see the Eight of Wands going fast in the other direction. And then you see the Two of Pentacles here, which is about balance and adapting and about these sort of like two sides. Which kind of make me like think about how these two are going on two directions as well. And so in your practice at the moment, Charlie, you may be feeling like there are two directions you really want to go for. You're really speeding towards, but you're finding time finding that you're having a hard time finding that balance, or maybe not so much balance, but how you will fit these ideas in, because it feels like one's going one way and the one's going the other way. And there's a lot of this, again, fast energy around it. You want to get into it, you're ready for it, you're excited. You're feeling called out. What are these two things? Like what are the cards talking about here? What is the choice that you are working between right now, Charlie? If you'd like to share. Rushing everyone at the same time and all readings from all deities say that. Yes, it is okay. Like, it's okay to be fast sometimes, but if it's in a way that's kind of making you feel a bit frazzled and overwhelmed and feeling like you're getting pulled in different directions, it's good as well to sit with things for a little bit. Because you're not going to run out of time to pursue the passions you have, right? You're going to have time to learn things, to do things, to try things. You may think, if I don't do it now, then I won't be able to. Well, consider this, right? I started this 6 years ago. And in terms of access to doing things, information out there, resources, it has not changed all that much, actually. Yes, things have advanced, information has come out, like more information has been created and all these things, right? But if I think back to myself 6 years ago, and I think to now with you as a young person who was getting into this. I'm a young person too, by the way, but you know, just for the sake of this, what I'm saying, you have not missed out on anything by coming into it when you have, right? Because I feel like even if I started now, I would still be able to get to a point with like through my like 6 years later, because I've been a practitioner for 6 years. I'd still probably be able to get to where I am after all that time. Yeah, you've been in it for less than a year, and most people don't get too deep into it within their first year. Like, it can take some time sometimes, especially if you're in a home that isn't particularly open to things like that, and you are in the closets and working in the closet. There is so much out there yet to be experienced in your craft, and you don't have to worry about getting it all done now. Because yes, you could try it now, and you are, and it's cool that you're adapting to what you have, but you're not running out of time You're not running out of time to do these things. You're not running out of space or capacity. There are so many years ahead of you to try these things, and you can always return to them too. Just because you've done one thing doesn't mean it's completely done, right? Like one of the first things I ever did was sigils. I don't use sigils as much anymore. Maybe one day I'll get back into them when I feel like it. They're gonna still exist for a long, long time, and nothing's stopping me from getting into it. Same thing for you. Also, hi Jenny. I didn't say hi, but hello. Hope you're doing okay. I'm just doing this one last reading before I get to sleep. But I hope you're doing well. It scares you. What scares you? And what's scary about it? Oh, the Fool. Do it scared. Do it for love. Chill out. Have moderation. Don't make too many negative attachments and have high expectations for yourself in a time when you don't need to. Forgetting about part of your practice, or like still kind of at a point of constant fear that it's a hyperfixation. So I want to speak about a bit about my experience. It's true that you may forget things about your practice years down the line. The best way to circumvent that is to actually find a way to keep track that works for you. Because there are so many things I did 6 years ago in my practice when I was starting out that I don't remember. But you know what I do have? My Tumblr blog that I started when I started my practice. And it is a record of everything I went through since then. Or almost everything. It wouldn't capture everything, but it captured a lot of things I was interested in. This could be a journal for you. This could be another social media. You could make a Tumblr. I like Tumblr. I know sometimes it can be funny and you have to like be discerning, but see, here's the thing though. You don't have to post yourself. You can also reblog things, right? And just by looking at my archive of reblogs, my history of reblogs, and my very sparse few posts that I did do, they are a collage, a mosaic of my practice over time. And trust me, you will look back, and even if you forget certain parts of your practice, you will see the reminders and you'll realize, actually, I did this and I did that, and that was really cool. Use Tumblr to your advantage. Don't be afraid of how you're perceived. Reblog stuff, you know, like comment on things, add tags and like, you know, add your commentary or thoughts, or use it as a resource as well, in addition to other resources, of course. But, you know, I get it, that it can be anxiety inducing. It's easy to say just have fun with it, but I think you're going to be okay. You don't have to do it all now. It'll be less fun for you if you try to do it all now. And in what you said before, at a point of you're fearing if it's a hyperfixation. So I have autism, which means it is kind of part of my whole diagnosis to have special interests or hyperfixations. And I can tell you that, yeah, I get that. I had that as well. I wondered to myself, is it worth investing into this practice? Because is it just a special interest or hyperfixation that I'm experiencing that's just going to go away? The answer to that is that your practice is going to ebb and flow. It's not going to be consistent. There are going to be some times where you're going to go all in, and there are going to be times where you don't even touch it. And I've done that. I've had periods where I didn't even touch it, Didn't even practice it. Focused on other things, writing and other social stuff, games. And I didn't even touch spirituality or witchcraft or religion all that much. And then I got back into it, and there was like some sort of new inspiration, and I learned things and I read, and then I kind of went away again, and it's okay. It could be hyperfixation. It's definitely a special interest for me. It ebbs and flows. It doesn't make it any less. It doesn't make it any lesser just because I was in and out with it. Now I'm more committed. Like, this is like the most committed I've intentionally chosen to be. And that is because I have the means for it. My household has evolved over time to be more open towards these things. And for that, I'm very fortunate. I have a disposable income somewhat to be able to purchase things towards my practice. I'm able to safely be public about these things that I believe in and practice, such as streaming like this. So things like that, right? I've grown up a little bit, and I have the great honor and privilege to be able to do these things. And that's why I'm more consistent now and more dedicated. But I wasn't always like this. So allow that to be a motivator for you, No Name. That's it's not that what you do now doesn't count, but that everything you do is going to form what happens, and everything that you do will form what you become or who you become as a practitioner. And it's okay to not do it all now, and you can always come back to things, and sometimes you'll step away and sometimes you'll step back in. And it's okay if it's a hyperfixation. Tell the internet, right? Like, you can be anonymous on the internet. Tell the internet, tell Tumblr, tell Discord. It's going to be okay. You don't have to tell people in real life if they're not ready for that, if you're not ready for that. But tell the people online, they'll be fine. Also, hey Momo, it's a temporary setup because I'm currently house sitting for a couple months. So this is going to be the setup for a little while. Maybe I'll adopt some of these things when I get back home in a couple months. But yeah, I don't have my microphone arm, so kind of using my boxes, and I've positioned it in this way because my usual way of like zooming in makes this really blurry because of the dark, the reflection of the light on the dark background or dark table, so it doesn't work that well. You're welcome, No Name. Yeah. If you have a Tumblr, pop it in the self-promo this channel in the sanctuary, and we'll drop you a follow. And yeah, reblog, post stuff, do whatever. Like, it's your blog. Have some fun. And it'll be a great way to create a memory of what you have explored. I do like the look of like how I've positioned this, so I might take that up for my home setup too. That's okay. Sometimes I forget about Tumblr entirely too, and sometimes I'm like super on it, I'm like making posts, I'm like interacting. Don't be afraid to be inconsistent sometimes. It's okay. Alright folks, that was the last reading of tonight because I do need to head to sleep. Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for being here. It is wonderful to do readings for you, and yeah, great for you to be here. I'm going to click this 60 seconds ad button. Please don't mind. Just because I always forget to press it. And I'm going to look for a channel for us to raid. Also, No Name, for that idea, you should write that in the Discord. Put it in the Sanctuary Discord that you've been thinking of doing that. Because people might have some ideas to help you get motivated for that. Thank you, Nappy, for being around as my moderator. Thanks, Steph, for coming in, and have a good day. But yeah, No Name, that's a cool idea. You should. Awesome, Slavic Gods. Yeah, you can pop that in the general chat if you want, because maybe you'll get some inspiration. Thanks for popping in, Momo. Yeah, maybe lurking is cool. Cool. Maybe subs won't get the ad. Maybe non-subs get the ads. Okay, let's find someone to raid.